Welcome, and today I will share the 3 lessons I learned during my physical transformation. How I lost 35 pounds during 75 Hard. If this is your first time on our channel, my name is Miguel Chavez. I'm one of the coaches here at HWD, and we make videos about growth. If growth intrigues you, make sure you like this video, you subscribe to get more content about how to grow on all aspects of your life. In my early years, I was always active. In high school, I played football, soccer, weightlifting. I did all these different activities. In my adulthood, I was more on and off. And one of my worst off cases, I went from 205 to weigh 235. I was really out of shape, really in a bad place mentally. And honestly, this is where my change happens. In April of 2022, I started listening and reading a lot of help books. I joined coaching communities, coaching groups. And honestly, that's where my life started to change. And that's where I did my transformation. I went from 230 to 195 using 75 Hard. If you don't know what 75 Hard is, I have a video where I explain the differences between D4 and 75 Hard. I'll include the link down below so you can discover what it is. Basically, the 411, the rundown is you have to read 10 pages of a book, you have to be on a diet, you have to drink a gallon of water, you have to do 2 workouts a day, 1 has to be outside, they're 45 minutes each, and you can't drink any alcohol. And this is where I learned my first lesson. Marry the action, not the outcome. Basically in 75 Hard, I went in not expecting a lot. I didn't go in expecting to lose weight or to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, or to gain something. I went in with one mission and one mission only. Finish the task. Finish 75 Hard. I had always found that diets to be lame. Once you start doing it, you quit and then you go back. Instead of that, I came in with a mindset of just doing the action, hitting it like an axe on a tree over and over and over again. And I was here to finish the mission at all costs. So let's talk about that mission. Let's talk about the diet. I was on the carnivore diet. What does that mean? It means no carbs. It's what I equated to an extreme version of keto. So no carbs, no sugar, meat. You can eat things outside of just meat. You have butter and other dairy products, but basically a very extreme diet where you eliminate a lot of variables and a lot of high weight carb items, and you keep a lot of the high protein items. Also the reading. For me, it was reading self-help books. I read the 10X Rule from Cardone, Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki, Winning from Tim Grover. Now let's talk about the workouts. I did 2 different types of workouts. My first workout was following Athlete X. If you don't know who that is, YouTuber, amazing physical trainer. Follow his stuff. I'll link to his channel down below as well. Really awesome stuff. I did his first challenge. So that was my first workout. My second workout was I was training for a 5K. That means 5 out of the 7 days in a week, I was out there running, sprinting, following a training plan specifically to accomplish a 5K. My goal during 75 Hard was actually to do a sub 25 minute 5K. I think it was day 25 or 30. I got hit with COVID. I could barely walk, I could barely think, but I was out there because of one reason and one reason only. I married the action, not the result. I wasn't there to lose 20 pounds. I wasn't there to lose 5, 10, 15, or the 35 pounds that I actually lost. So when I woke up that day feeling terrible, miserable, I stuck to my promise. Finish what you started. And to me, that was 2 workouts, reading 10 pages, getting out there and being on the diet, and finishing the gallon of water. But again, the lesson was there. Marry the action, finish that day's mission. Not there for the outcome. And that was the first lesson I learned during my physical transformation. My second lesson that I learned is how much physicality is linked to mentality. After finishing 75 Hard, I realized how much that 75 hard challenge was more about a mental journey, a mental transformation, a mental win more than it was a physical win. Yes, I had lost 35 pounds. Yes, I was back to the best shape of my life that I had ever been, but the growth that I got, the wins that I got, because all of that transformation came in from the mental side. And honestly, throughout this whole process, it was difficult. And it was difficult because there was a lot of aspects of it that was outside of just the physical of it. I hit a lot of adversity. I hit a lot of times I wanted to quit. Honestly, questions came into my head on why are you doing this? Who are you trying to prove? Why are you going so hard? Growth in your physicality pushes growth in your mentality, and inverse as well. Growth in your mentality pushes growth in your physicality. Because of 75 hard, because of those changes, because of the 2 workouts, my mindset grew. As my body grew, my mindset grew as well. I went from someone that quit at everything, sports in high school, previous relationships that I came out with, and became a person that finishes a challenge like 75 hard. As I decided I wasn't gonna quit, and my mindset got stronger and bolder of not quitting when I got COVID, not quitting when all those questions came up, my mentality grew. Quitter to finisher. My physicality grew. And this is what I realized, that physicality and mentality are 2 halves of a whole, and how much one pushes the other one. As you grow in one, the other one grows as well. The last lesson I learned was outcome-based habits versus identity-based habits. The book Atomic Habits explains this the best. Basically, it boils down to this. If you make a habit for an outcome that you're trying to achieve, you're less likely to stay with it, opposed to a habit that you are imposing on yourself because of your identity. And let me explain this. A diet usually fails, or someone that goes on a diet usually fails, or someone that does 75 hard usually bounces back to where they were at because they made habits that are good, but habits that were based out of outcome, opposed to habits that are intertwined with your identity. For example, now that 75 has ended and I finished it back in June, I am still in this lifestyle. I still weigh 195 pounds. I still eat clean. I still read books. I still have a better mindset. And the only way I can explain my continuous success versus others that go on diets or others that do 75 hard and go back to where they were when they started, it is this: outcome-based habits versus identity habits. And because of this identity and because of these habits I've created and intertwined with this identity, I still have success 6 months, 9 months later after finishing 75 hard. A quick example and a quick story here is Alcohol Anonymous and alcoholics, and this identity-based habit is what happens when you stand up and say, "Hi, my name is Miguel and I'm an alcoholic," opposed to, "Hey, I just don't drink." And a lot of success is tied when you can identify as someone that doesn't drink, opposed to an alcoholic that's trying to quit. For now, just know that if you want to reach success, identify as a high achiever and identify with those habits, and you will reach high success. And this is exactly what I mean about outcome-based habits and identity-based habits. Because one clear fact is true. Your thoughts become actions, your actions become habits, and those habits become the outcome of your life. 3 lessons I learned. 1, marry the action and not the outcome. The outcome will come if you do the daily action. Number 2, how much physicality is linked with mentality. You grow one and the other one will grow as well. And number 3, outcome-based habits versus identity-based habits. Identify with who you want to become and do the habits that that person does, and you will become that person. And the bonus tip I saved to the end is join a coaching group, join a community, surround yourself with high performers, high achievers, and you will start performing high as well. because one true thing is you are the average of whoever you surround yourself with. So if you want to achieve high, or you want to change your life, or you want to lose 35 pounds in 75 days, surround yourself with achievers that are going through the same journey, that are trying to accomplish the same things, and you will accomplish them as well. That's what I have for you today, guys. Like this video, subscribe for more content about growth, and share this with one of your friends. Share the power of growth in community, and together we'll all learn. And remember, stay disciplined.